ambition. Come here, so some of them a ask me where me get it from. So some of them a ask me where me get it from. I told them no, it's from creation. I told them no, it's from creation. Bam bam, ayo, what a bam bam, bam bam, dilang, bam bam bam.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of DevCast 2019. We are trying this for real this time.
Yeah, take two. Let's go.
Yep. Hopefully the audio is better. None of you got to hear it, but we definitely know this.
It was
is
alright.
It was quite reverby.
Yeah, we're still getting our sea legs.
We're trying it in a different room with a different mic setup now, so hopefully this is a lot better.
Depending on how this goes, this could become a bi-weekly or monthly thing. We'll have to see.
Bi-weekly? We're doing this every week. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go.
We'll see how you guys like it.
Yeah. We have a few topics today. Let's see.
You want to start off with the servers going down in November and December?
Yeah, like the weekly, the weekend stuff.
Yeah, because that was quite
November.
a big issue.
Roblox critical, unable to join any game.
When was that? November? Yeah.
November 18.
Yeah,
all of these replies. Hundreds of replies.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay, so basically, Avon Blocks, he posted a photo of a join error for a game, and one of the admins asked him to describe it. And he basically said, I'm unable to join any game. I was getting this following error. And it was just some complicated cannot join server error. Is my mic okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I want to make sure.
So,
you can speak into it a little bit more, that'd be great.
yeah, he's basically saying every time any game on Roblox, I test it on jailbreak and I give him my own. Others are reporting it too. And in this thread, there are about 110 replies from a lot of top developers, all reporting the same
I
bug.
might have replied on that actually too. I think you did, didn't you?
No.
You didn't?
I don't think I replied.
I didn't hear
to it.
about it till the week after.
Yeah, I was actually developing the game, so I wasn't actually.
No, that was like
playing
mostly
anything.
relatively isolated, right? Like that was that one weekend.
And then it happened the next
Well,
weekend,
yeah,
and
true,
then the week
true,
after.
True.
Like during peak hours too.
Yeah, this
Worst
was
possible
the
time.
middle of the day on Saturday for like 3 or 4 weeks.
And in
in a
the
row.
evening in Europe.
Which I mean, but
so.
like if you think about it though, the amount of growth that Roblox has had in the past 6 months even is insane. And it's like everything's on an old system.
Oh yeah,
too.
they're still relatively young, even
mean,
though they've been around for
They
13
should have
years
been
now?
able to see it coming, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially like considering last year they basically doubled their user base.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody's perfect.
That's the thing that I can't speak on this obviously because I don't know, but I don't think it's as easy as just putting more resources into it.
Yeah.
You know, they'd probably have to recode a good bit of whatever they code. I don't know.
I mean, they might have been working on stuff because that might have been the cause of the data store issue that happened about a week ago.
Yeah,
now.
that screwed over my game for a good 4 days or
Still being worked
so.
on too, and they just posted on the Dev.
They just posted today that they realized that was an issue.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It took them a week to officially recognize
That's pretty
it.
bad.
I'm not calling them out of touch or anything.
No, I mean
but they could be a little better.
Like, if they notice that every developer's reporting it for multiple days in a row, they should be like, okay, maybe we should say, we know this is an issue. We're going to take care of it, rather than waiting a week.
I mean, I do think there's a process that they have to go through before they even acknowledge something like that. I mean, obviously they'd want to confirm it with their engineering team probably, and you know all that.
I noticed that we have a lot fewer issues during the summer when we have actual developers working there, because they're like a direct line to everybody. And if something goes wrong, they know about it pretty much instantly. I could be totally wrong, but
I mean, usually, like, the accelerators and incubators are just for requesting features, not being like, hey, this is broken. But,
if
They
something
could.
does break, they know about it pretty quickly.
I mean, they should see it themselves though.
Oh yeah, they need to be a little bit more in touch with that.
Yeah. On the topic of some kind of major Roblox issues, earlier today, the groups page was not able to be accessed for about 4 or 5 hours because there was an error with the JavaScript code.
They recently updated that to a new
They recently updated it for beta testers.
Yeah,
But today they tried changing something the whole page would not load.
Oh, no.
It was just a JavaScript error.
I mean,
they couldn't get anything.
There's a lot of the beta group that I'd like to see different too, but major issues like that, especially when you use it for your game.
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to see, like, I was like, okay, let's see if I got any new members in my group. Let's see if my group has made any revenue today. There's nowhere else I can check that.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, what really matters at this point is that everything is working as far as we know, and they have so far.
I mean,
gotten
other than
through-
the data store issue, which is technically still ongoing, but
yeah, but at least they're addressing it. But the major issue is not being able to join any games. You know, they've gotten through it repeatedly. They're still learning, still expanding, and one day we're gonna be a giant global empire, and I look forward to.
I think we already are, honestly.
We're getting bigger. We still have a lot of ways to go, but it's not too bad so far.
I don't know. I think they need a BuildIntoTrains toy first.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that might be
Terminal
the kicker
Railways
there.
toy set.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that actually be pretty cool.
Flight.
Paper airplanes.
I mean, if,
Well,
if
it'd
the
be-
game gets off the ground.
It'd be if it gets off the
Literally.
ground. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
They're definitely not doing shatter on toys.
Yeah, I'm not saying they will. Well, actually, I was talking to my partner the other day, and I was like, we have this one little tutorial bot thing that we call, I call it Shadowbot, and it like guides the user through the tutorial and everything.
That's cool.
So I want to like rebrand it as like the group's mascot. So if we ever do get to that point, that could
Really
be
cool.
like the thing for the toy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's an ongoing
If it
thing.
becomes iconic enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point with Shadowrun 2 and everything. But anyways.
Next topic.
Yeah, you want to talk about that CAPTCHA? Because that was a really good topic in the
yeah, because
first
that was
episode.
a big topic back in like December.
Yeah.
Roblox introduced their CAPTCHA, which is basically you try to rotate an image to make it line up, and like when you sign up, there's like a pick your favorite color one, and then they kind of check that later, but I mean that's not always trustworthy because people can change their favorite colors, of course. And that was all to combat the botting and the thousands upon thousands of accounts being registered every minute.
I'm glad that they really made it kid friendly though. It's
Yeah.
one of the most entertaining captchas I've ever seen.
It's basically a game. Like that's really
Yeah.
what it is.
it's a very tiny game.
The one thing that I find a little annoying is they did also implement the Google reCAPTCHA, which I think I suggested that about a year and a half ago on the dev forums. And
It works.
it takes probably 5 or
simple.
10 minutes to implement. What the heck took them so long?
Yeah.
I mean, at least they did it at this point.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
I'm glad they did it, but I mean, like, even so, like, yesterday I was able to register an account while we were just testing it, and the
Yep.
captcha didn't even show up for me.
Like I said,
Yeah.
it might be random.
I
I don't know.
I think it should be 100%.
And I know there's,
it should be
there's
100%,
the
absolutely.
Google reCAPTCHA when you're uploading stuff like audio or something or decals or whatever. But I don't know. I think that account captcha is the most important one, definitely.
Well, in our first take, we visited that new user machine.
Oh yeah.
I don't think if we were able to tell if all the new accounts were bots or not.
There
All-
were
all-
still some
Not a
getting
lot.
through. Like, it was
Yeah.
noticeable because, like,
Yeah.
everyone had, like,
Well,
the bot look. A colorful head, the male face.
I mean, everybody starts their account with the basic.
But like we said though, is because we didn't see it when going on, so it might be disabled or something. Like, I don't know. We should go back on and check it. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay. But yeah.
But that being said, though, is like since that happened, I haven't seen they bot follow people and friend request people, but I haven't seen any old bot or new bots doing that.
I
It's
also
all been
haven't
old
seen
bots.
any spam messages
Yes.
with those link things.
Well, I have my messages turned off like that. So
I'm
they can't,
hoping that they actually made it so that way if you're sending out too many friend requests in a short amount of time that they force you to do the reCAPTCHA. Otherwise, it's like
It's a good
it's
idea.
either a temporary lockout from sending friend requests or they just lock you out of your account or something.
Do you guys think that they should raise the limit for the max amount of friends you can have?
I mean, 200. I'm not even close. I'm at like 35.
Yeah, I'm on one.
I
on,
know-
like low 100s.
Yeah, I know very few people that are even close.
no captcha.
Of
No
course.
captcha?
Yep.
They
You
must
made-
have disabled it or
You
something.
made another.
Yeah. It might be disabled. They might be there might be a bug with it or something. I don't know.
I really, I hope.
I really hope
hopefully
it's just a
gets back
temporary
on.
disable, not a random thing. Because if it's just we happen to not get it both times, that's kind of worrying. Because if the bots try it 10 times, how many times is it gonna let them go through without it?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I'm sort of happy that they got rid of the pick the photo with this in it because those
Oh,
get
the
really annoying.
reCAPTCHA.
Those get really annoying
Yeah.
sometimes.
Pick the photo that has a stop sign. They all don't have stop signs.
Wrong.
Yeah, and then you get it wrong when
There's
you
one
actually
that's
get it
one
right.
pixel
It's
in
kinda
size of the
BS,
background.
yeah. It's good. I mean, this is the one that they do have in when they do have it in. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really good and kid friendly. And everyone, there was a post on the dev forum about it, and everyone seemed to like it, which was really good. I mean,
The only thing that's not good about it is if there's a. The only thing that's not good about it is if there's a very limited amount of pictures, because if they only have, let's say, 50 pictures, it's kind of easy to reverse engineer that. And even so, they have to.
Well, that's the thing though, is I think it's the simplicity of it. It's just a random image, and it says
Well, yeah,
flip it.
but even then, do they limit how many attempts you get? Because the bots could just click an arrow, hit submit. If they're wrong, click an arrow, hit submit, and just repeat.
Yeah, that's true.
It would slow it down a little bit though.
It would
wouldn't be
not
as bad.
slow it down much. The bot could attempt
Yeah,
it
that's
every couple milliseconds or whatever until it gets it correct.
There's probably a weight on it, right? Wouldn't you think?
I would hope.
Yeah, they probably. I mean, at least they maybe 30 seconds would slow down. But
I hope Roblox engineers are that smart. If they're not, what the heck?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'll keep checking it every other day and see if it's back.
Yeah.
I would like to see it back. Yeah, I'm in a coughing mood.
Do you need cough drops?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure about
No,
that?
it's just dry mouth, dry throat kind of coughing. Yeah.
I see.
So another big issue that was happening at the end of 2018 was the Robux glitch, where random developers were given a set amount of Robux.
Game page conversion revenue.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was
When was
talking
that?
about.
That was in November.
That was, I think, early December.
It was
It was either late.
December?
It was either late
Let me,
November when it
look
happened,
at the
or early December when it happened,
You
and they dealt with
explain
it.
it a little bit? A little bit more.
I'm just gonna see if I can find the tweet from Forsyth when that happened to him.
So basically, Roblox has this thing. It's called a promotional thing. So if people are first time Roblox users, they just made an account, and the first game they go onto is your game. It tracks that, and then if they go ahead and they buy
Here it
Robux
is.
or something, or if they buy BC, I think it's if they buy BC as well, then it'll give you a thing of it. And there was a major bug with it in what was that? November?
Also in November.
November 13th, and
5 days after the game's glitch.
yeah, and there was a bug with it, and it gave a whole bunch of users hundreds of thousands of Robux.
Like Forsyth tweeted, I just got 830,000 Robux
That's
out of
crazy.
nowhere.
I think by the time they caught that bug and fixed it, he was well over 1 million.
Pretty sure.
But
yeah.
and then so they fixed the bug, and then they went and they recalled all the Robux, right?
Yeah, they were like,
a lot of
okay,
people
so
got
we're gonna
done.
take all that back. Some people, they weren't taking all of it back. Some people, they were taking too much, so they were losing Robux that they actually earned. And then in the end, they were like, okay, we'll just let you keep it. You
Christmas
can cash
gift
it
from
out.
us, yeah.
Yeah, pretty
That
much.
was thousands of dollars they gave away. Just Foresight alone, that probably is like $5,000.
That was a lot of money.
So jealous.
Yeah, right. I wish.
And I kept my account balance at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Fear. Good job. Well, we never introduced ourselves.
We'll add that in.
Yeah, we'll do the intro at the end.
You can edit.
Yeah, but doing the intro at the end is so bad. I hate that.
Okay, whatever.
We'll
do it now.
Starting over.
I don't want to start over, so we'll just do it now. I'm JustSeanC. I'm Sean. Hi.
Okay,
I
you
build
just-
into trains. I go by Daniel.
I'm FearMeIAmLag.
He goes by Fear.
What's up?
Because I like to remain anonymous.
Anonymous.
Yes.
It's like that hacker group, right? Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just fear him. Yeah. Okay, cool. So there's the intros in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first.
Roblox review.
Yeah, there we go. There it is.
All right. 2019.
Conversion. Okay, no. So let's say on that conversion revenue. I'm sorry, I kind of like split us up there. Like, what's your opinion of the conversion revenue thing? Because I just don't want to like mention it. I want to have some input on it. You know?
I think it's cool that they decided to just let people keep it in the end.
Yeah, like
because it was a lot of trouble that they put people through.
You can speak up a little bit if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of trouble that they put people through, so I think it was cool for them in the end just to gift that to everybody. I really wish I was one of them.
I made like 2,000 off it.
You made 2,000 off it.
I mean, it would have been like a little unfair if they were just like, yeah, we'll just recall it and then that's it, because like the people that ended up getting some for free, some people that had more than that amount taken away. It would have been a little bad.
It was a real mess.
Was there anybody that cashed it out before they started recalling it and then they got like moderated or something?
There might have been like somebody that submitted it. I don't think any of it went through because somebody literally posted on the dev forums like the day it happened. They're like, I just got 100,000 for no reason. Is it okay to cash this out? And everyone was telling them, don't do it right now.
Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure they closed DevX for like that week or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like they weren't accepting any, I don't think.
I wasn't online the day that it happened. I only heard about it like 2 days after.
Yeah, I mean, it was like an ongoing thing for a few days, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so good on them for doing the quote-unquote right thing. I mean, it sucks that they lost that money, but... The cool thing, yeah.
It was cool.
It's like the parent that gives you $20 for a weekend out, you know? Or $100.
Well, in this case, a couple $1,000. Here, Johnny, here's a couple $1,000 that you didn't earn for any reason. Have fun.
Yeah, right?
So do you want to talk about 2019 hope?
I don't... Who... Did you write that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
All right, so what do you guys are hopeful for in 2019?
I'm excited to see the full Futures Bright come out.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool.
I mean, Wave 1 is kind of cool, but at the same time,
the voxel lighting is actually really cool.
It's missing quite a bit of it, so it doesn't look as good as like
Future
is Bright
noticeable right now.
No,
I mean it is depending on
the
your lighting
shadows are better. But
I mean, it's 100% better overall, but it's not what we're promised yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're ready for that 1,000% better.
It's on the way. We know it's on the way.
Oh yeah. Well, we got the.
Can you pull up the roadmap actually?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think that'll be a really good one. I want to see what else is on the roadmap because I honestly don't even know.
2019.
I'm excited.
The only thing on the roadmap for 2019 is universe scripts, which
was on 2018, right?
It was in 2018, then they changed it to 2019 and renamed it to cross-server messaging.
Level of detail for meshes. What's that?
That's if you're like really far away.
Oh, that's targeted for fourth quarter 2018. Scroll down a little bit.
There's nothing for 2019.
It apparently says on track. It's not fourth quarter 2018 anymore.
Scroll down a little bit.
That's it. There's one thing for
cross-server messaging.
That's it.
That's the only thing.
I'm sure that they're going to announce a whole ton of stuff during RDC.
Oh, that's cool, though. Game servers can communicate with each other to allow real-time leaderboards, global trading.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's actually neat. That's neat.
The universe script thing was even better because it was like a script that you could put on the Roblox site itself that would run based off of commands given it from servers.
Ooh.
So I don't know if it's going to be possible anymore with the cross-server messaging, as they call it, to make it so that way you can make a Jackbox party type of game where you can join any server, you're given a code, and then you can play the game live with people that aren't even in the same server. Because the only way to do that right now is use a third-party server or host your own. Then you have to use HTTP service, which is pretty slow.
That's pretty cool, though. I'm... Other things we're excited about.
RDC. Once again.
I'm good.
I hope
we can all go.
Yeah, so this would be your second. And this would be your second.
This would be your third?
Fourth.
Ooh, you're a
I'm a veteran.
You're a vet.
I started going.
Qualify for a veteran's account.
Do I get discounts at Starbucks?
Yeah, right.
So I started going in 2016. It was really small back then. It was in the Marriott Hotel in San Jose, and there were maybe 100, 150 people. Like the whole party the night before, the room for that was maybe a third of the size as it was last year.
Wow.
And like with there not being that many people there, you got to really socialize with everyone. You got to meet a lot of people. I think I ended up meeting half the staff members that I kind of idolized at the time, like John and a couple of other people like Noble Dragon, Bob, and that was really fun. And 2017 was a little bit bigger. It was pretty much the same thing because it was the same venue, same schedule pretty much. That was kind of fun. It wasn't really much different, but 2018 was really different because they had it in San Francisco, which I actually liked a lot better than San Jose, not gonna lie. I mean, San Jose's cool, but it's not San Francisco. And I was a little overwhelmed because there were 400 people, something like that.
Yeah. What are you talking about? This is last year?
Yes, 2018.
Okay, yeah. Oh, stop bragging. Come on. Put it down. He's showing us
what
this
you
account.
talk about your 2018.
2018. I don't know, that was a lot of fun. Like, I honestly didn't even think I was going to be going.
I was starstruck half the time. I have to be honest.
I'm going to fanboil here a little bit.
I was kind of like that the first
meeting,
year.
I met John Shedletsky. He was like a god. I honestly like, no, like I idolized him when I was younger on the platform.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on
Everyone did.
I've been on since 2010. I remember his Telemon days, the fried chicken, Blame John, all that stuff. Oh my god.
The only thing I was disappointed about is that I did not get to hear his laugh.
I don't know if I heard his laugh either, but
It's pretty funny.
it was cool. I got a
It's
selfie with him.
iconic.
I did get to hear it in
Yeah.
2016 and 2017.
Builderman's really tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'4",
Yeah,
6'5".
but-
He's a
What?
gentle giant.
I'm 6'2", and I still have to look up.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. I remember when we were on the tour together, and he was just like in his office, with his standing desk, just chilling
He
out.
just stood in the doorway, just kind of staring. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, everyone?"
That was pretty
Like,
cool.
I gotta admit, he's a little awkward with his mannerisms, but hey,
Who
we
cares,
all are.
right? But like my thing, and I was relating this to B-Slick because B-Slick's relatively new to the
Okay,
platform.
B-Slick was
So-
one of my favorite people I met.
Oh my
He was
god!
pretty cool though.
He is so amazing.
But I was relating
shorter
it
than I
to him.
expected.
I couldn't stop talking about it. I was like, Bobby, I'm like in such awe right now. You don't even know because like I'm meeting these people that were such a huge part of my
Oh
childhood.
my god, you're meeting me.
I know.
Yeah.
But like seriously, Shed, Builderman, Bright Eyes, like all these people, and it's just like I'm here.
And then, like, we were just hanging out with people like Dude One.
Exactly.
No,
Okay.
Sim
Yeah.
Builder.
Dude one's really chill.
Yeah, he is. I was talking to him
Good
for
guy.
like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
like before like the whole party thing on Friday, and like he had no idea what I did, but he was like, "I don't care. I'm going to talk to you because you're here. You obviously do something kind of cool."
Like,
really chill guy.
Like,
yeah.
at a first glance, you see one of these developers walking down the street. You're just like, they're just one of us, but you don't really know how successful.
Yeah,
they-
at the same
they are on
time,
the
you're also
platform.
like, this guy or girl has made
have more money than I'll
thousands
ever
of
own.
dollars because they have made a very fun game. Like, I don't play work at a pizza place, but like I was talking to him about
really
it.
respect it.
Like
yeah.
I was respecting him and like kind of like praising him because like I was talking to him about how like when Jailbreak and Meep City came out of nowhere, his game kind of died a bit because he was always number one for like 3 or 4 years straight, and then these games come out of nowhere, get 1 billion plays in a year. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But I was like, it's kind of amazing how even though your game kind of fell down a bit, he was able to bring it back up, and now it's like
in the top 10.
it's at least in the top 10. I want to say it's maybe 8 or 7.
Did it hit 1 billion?
I think it's getting there.
It's
I want to say it's at like
800 or
800.
900, I think. Yeah.
Good for him.
I'll look at it right now.
Like
That's
it's
awesome.
insane because it was like the first one to like 100 million, the first to 200. I think the first to 300 or maybe second. I don't know if Murder Mystery 2 beat
broke
it.
a lot of records.
It was kind of insane.
Yeah, it's on like the second scroll tab right now.
Oh no, he did hit 1 billion. He's
Oh.
at 1.2 billion.
Dang.
So a little while
Yeah.
ago, yeah. Good for him.
Let's just say he's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, his game
that's the thing though, is it doesn't matter. It's like at RDC it doesn't matter
his game,
who you
he
are,
made
what you've done.
he made all this money, got 1.2 billion visits. I don't know if he works alone. It seems like he does because he's a
think he
pretty
does.
smart guy. But he was just like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you. Sure, you've never released a game, but you obviously are pretty
I
smart.
mean, in
you're
the end,
here.
we're just a bunch of fun geeks, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
That's what I love
Going back
about
to it, I have to, like, John Shedletsky, it reminds me of that, like, kid that sits in his bedroom just, like, playing video games all day long.
Absolutely.
And, like,
You?
talks about, talks about, like, Star
all of
Wars,
us.
like, Star Trek,
Honestly,
all
all
that.
of
Like,
us.
I don't know.
I mean, he was insanely smart as a kid. He
he's a
still
genius.
is. He's.
Yeah. But nobody
I don't
really
know
brags about.
I don't know what he does anymore. Last I knew he worked at Lyft,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's insanely smart. He went to Stanford when he was 13, I think. He came,
I can't even
and
imagine.
he came in with 60 credits or something like that.
I cannot even imagine.
No way. Is that true?
I have a message
Probably.
from him somewhere because I asked him because I was actually applying there.
It's probably. I wouldn't put it past him.
I know he did go to Stanford. I think he said it was
Yeah.
63 or something, and
That's
he was like
crazy.
13.
Okay.
He was like the second employee, right? Or the,
Yeah, he was the
third technically, but
he
the
was
first
the
like
first
actual.
hire because it was Eric and
Dave.
who founded the company.
And then it was like John, and then Matt, and then someone else, I think.
I know that Luke was very early on.
Luke was
He's
in the first.
still there, which is insane because that's like 12 years or whatever.
Luke was like hired before.
He was
when
18.
He was 18.
He was the first developer they hired. And that was because he made insanely popular games really quickly. So they knew he was obviously doing something.
But yeah,
RDC is it's a good place.
it's gonna be even bigger this year.
Yeah,
it's always gonna be.
That's
So,
kind
I
of
wanna
what
talk
I'm
about this,
worrying
though.
about, though.
Okay.
I've heard rumors about no EU.
Really?
I have no idea why they would not have an EU one.
I don't know. It's really small.
Huh.
I know, but the other thing is RDC 2016, 2015, they had like 100, 150 people. Europe had like
It's
200 this
substantial
year.
ast to have one.
And
I don't know. They're just rumors too. Like
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's
doubt
kind of
it's-
ostracizing all of the European developers, and
My main
that's
point.
not good.
My main point on these rumors is that there's been no speaker application for EU release yet,
Okay.
and the US one has been released for a month now,
I applied to it.
and there's no European application. So that's like this. I think is like the smoking gun right there. I don't know. Regardless if there's an EU one or not, it doesn't matter.
You know, as we continue to expand, as we get more developers from like Asia and
I'd love to see like a
REC Asia. That would just be an excuse for me to go to Asia. I would love that.
you like China. China's cool.
China would be
Like
awesome.
Beijing or
Japan.
something. Japan. Oh my God, Japan's on my
RDC
bucket list.
Tokyo.
RDC
No,
Tokyo
it would have to be in
awesome.
like a better city like Kyoto or Totori.
I don't know
Anywhere in
what either of those
Japan.
are.
It's
Anywhere in
not,
Japan
it's
would be
not
an
as
absolute dream.
mainstream as
I would
Tokyo,
like to
and
be
they
in a
have like
mainstream
more
city,
historical things, but it's still like big cities.
Wherever
Japan's
in
on my
Japan.
bucket list.
That'd be
anyways.
so cool.
Yeah, it'd be
or
pretty cool.
South Korea.
Hey,
Busan.
Valen, if you're listening, keep this in mind.
Yes, please keep that in mind.
Oh
South
yeah,
America, that'd be
While
awesome.
I'm doing this, because I know he's gonna listen, and because I'm gonna make him listen. Shout out to Valen, Suit and Tie Samurai, for putting on an awesome RDC 2018.
Oh yeah, and
He's
we also got to play some pilot training
Oh yeah.
with
He's like the guy behind the scenes, and it was a really good event. Like I had a lot of fun. I know everyone else had a lot of fun. You guys had a lot of fun.
absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see what you guys have in store for this year.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I found the message from John. He had 70 units of college credit before going into college. The valedictorian of his high school, got 1570 on the SAT, which was out of 1600 at the time and is now again. He was the National Merit Scholar, Westinghouse finalist,
John.
got perfect scores on the SAT too, and second place at the International Science and Engineering Fair twice. That is insane.
Yeah.
That's
I can't even imagine doing one of those accomplishments.
And I don't see his age in here, but he also linked me to his college essay, which is no longer up. But I read it at the time. He was at like college, like essay level, like something you would expect out of like a master's student.
How old was he when he started college?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I want to say it was 13, but he doesn't say in here.
I would Yeah, I would totally believe that.
Yeah, so
crazy,
like
though.
it's crazy how smart everyone at Roblox is, but like the fact that you can just like socialize with them like they're just normal people.
They're so open. Yeah.
I mean, the breakfast and the meals we had, we were sitting with random, like, I was sitting with someone from the moderation team the one day, and it was like,
Yeah,
just talking about random stuff.
We were someone from the moderation team. I brought up something I made. They were like, "Oh, that's actually really cool."
Yeah.
And they actually thought about bringing it up to like the user experience team, I think it was, to like try to implement it. I don't think that ever happened though.
I got to speak with David Bazuki like about 3 or 4 different times during the entire thing, and he was just standing around out in the open. You know, anybody could come up to him.
That's the one thing I wish I did more of was talk to him. But,
Right.
you know.
Well, we have this year.
Yeah, right.
He'll be there.
If I there you go.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
I mean, if anyone has a chance to go, definitely
do,
go
yeah,
It's
100%.
life changing.
Yeah, don't do what I did the first year, which is basically like stay in your bubble, only talk to people you've talked to online. Branch out a bit because I started doing it a bit more at the end of 2016, but I still didn't have as much fun as I did in 2017 with everyone.
In 2018.
And 2018. No, but 2017 was probably my favorite year.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, just learn.
It's
learn
because you weren't
something.
there, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you weren't there.
Yeah,
No, it was
I see how it
because it was just a little bit smaller. I actually got to know a lot more people.
Well, yeah, and that's like before we went, I just remember everyone saying like, "Oh, it's a really awkward like first situation." Or
It
whatever.
is for
But
like the first
wasn't.
hour.
Honestly, it wasn't.
Yeah, for the first
For
hour.
the first hour, you're just kind of standing there
During
like,
the party, right?
so what do you do?
Yeah.
Who are you? That was the coolest part. Is like putting a face to everyone's username.
The name tags this year were just, or last year, were just so bad. Why did
fixed
the
them.
big
They're gonna
name?
fix them.
Why was the big name
name
your
should
real
be the
name?
user.
They were fixed for EU.
Yeah, I know. Which I was like,
Okay.
well, why didn't we have
But yeah, in
that?
the first place,
Yeah.
it should have been fixed.
Because
But,
like it was like size 12 font on like a little index card.
Like, to be very honest, I don't really care what your real name is. I just want to. I will recognize your Roblox username and be like, "Hey, you're
I mean,
that."
like eventually, I'll learn your real name.
Yeah,
but-
of course.
I mean, like
I'll
most
learn your real name
people
by asking
there,
you.
most people there, you don't even have to like say their name. You can just go up, start talking to them.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
What do you guys
Talk
think
to
of the icebreaker? The app on the phone.
That was fun.
It was
That's
alright.
cool.
That was the first time they did something like in Roblox
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
year before it was just like a bingo thing where if you finish it, you get, I think it's like an arm's length of raffle tickets for the raffle. But this year you just get like 1 or 2 tickets or whatever it was based on if you finish the
I like
thing.
I like the grand prize of a Tesla.
Oh, yeah,
Just a toy.
toy car.
That's awesome.
That was good.
No, it wasn't a toy car. It was an actual
Tesla.
Tesla.
It was.
Oh,
yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, but I really like the icebreaker. It was a good way to talk to different people.
Yeah,
Like, you
the
would never
prizes
actually talk to
got
them.
insane
The,
because like
the Oculus. what the
there
heck?
were 2 Oculus Rifts. There was
that was really
there
cool,
was a
yeah.
drone. There were sets of Bloxopoly,
There was
which I got.
Teslas. Yeah, you got one of those, right?
There were 2 Teslas.
Did you get? Did you get it signed?
Yeah, it was signed.
What was even cooler is that it overlooked the airport, so I was just up there
yeah.
with Alex Berry and Steven. We were just plane spotting.
Throwing paper airplanes at the last day.
Yeah. But like they're doing so much more for us every year. But the other thing that I'm worried about is just how much it's gonna grow because like this last year there were some people there I'd never heard of them.
There's got to be a point where they limit it.
Yeah, there were a bunch of people where like they explained what they did. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Or like what qualifies you as
Like I'm not gonna
developer.
exclude like people that stream or post YouTube videos because okay they're actually doing some work that helps Roblox.
I enjoyed the influencers being there.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I think
I mean,
it was
that was
Twisted,
really cool.
Twisted
Yeah.
Pandora and like Evan Bear.
It's
Like,
cool, but
Evan is really
if you
cool.
have a channel
Yeah.
that has like 100 subscribers, you shouldn't be invited. There has to be like some requirement.
there's got to be a cutoff.
If you
yeah.
have thousands of people watching, yeah, invite them. That's cool because they're a big person. They can actually like live stream some of this stuff, and people would be like, "Wow, I get to meet all these developers through a stream."
100%. Well, and that's what I like to see them pushing their Roblox Stars program, like the YouTube, the streamers and YouTubers.
See, I never understood that when it came out,
But it
like,
makes sense now, right? I mean,
It kind of does.
sort of. They just sent them all like hoodies and everything. I think.
That's
I don't know.
cool.
It's pretty cool. Spreading the word.
Did Evan Bear post his?
I think he did. I know I saw like Fraser to the Max
me
post
see what they look
his.
like.
I'm pretty sure Evan posted. It's got like their name on it, and then it's got like a star.
Did Evan post it?
I don't know. Let's move on.
But I mean, like, they're just giving this out because as like a thank you.
Yeah, for helping the platform.
Yeah, they're just doing a lot for everyone. Which I mean, like, before, if you were a big developer, they were like, all right, good for you. You're making us money. You're making yourself money. That's enough for you. But now it's like...
They have the featured games program.
It's all these
like
featured
all that,
games.
Yeah.
They're giving out stuff. So there might be merch, toys even. Like, if you become a toy, I'm pretty sure they send you yours.
Yeah.
Or multiple.
I think this would be like a whole pack, yeah. Definitely yours.
I mean, it's cool.
2019. That's included in 2019 Hope, right? Like all this. What
Yeah.
we're talking about? Okay.
Or I'm hoping that RDC is a little bit better, I would say, because I feel like all of the sessions that they have, they were like too spread out because it was like you go to one of like 4 rooms at this time. It was like, but what if I want to go to multiple?
I honestly love that. And then, but they recorded everything and you could look at it online.
But the other thing is, it kind of seems like every year they're rehashing.
That's cool.
Which, I mean...
It makes sense because they're always iterating on it.
It makes sense that they have to repeat some of it. They're not going to have new stuff every year. But some of the ones that I sat down and were like, okay, well, I went to this one last year, so let me go to a different one. And then it was just not interesting to me. But, I mean, it was still neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for people that are going for the first time, but...
Like, I personally enjoyed it, and I was in all the not the technical ones, whatever that middle track was. I forget what it was called.
It was either business or
it was
like
the business
building your
one,
game or whatever.
It was the business one. I sat through all of those, and I personally learned a ton.
I learned a lot too. That's really cool.
I hope that what they do with the technical this time is make it more towards like... maybe have like an overview of like some advanced things, because like I think one of the technical ones this year was like how the moderation thing works, but it wasn't really saying much.
I just turned off my laptop fan. That was how loud it was. Yeah.
I thought your laptop shut off.
No, I forgot it was on, so I was like...
So the one was like the moderation, like how it works. They weren't really saying much. It was just basically don't upload things like this. You can upload things like this. It'll be approved. But like half that stuff that they said don't even upload it sometimes gets through. Like they said don't upload plain white images. I can upload plain white images if I change the alpha channel. It's perfectly fine. I don't get it. Like it didn't seem like I really learned anything from that.
I mean, I'm sure it made sense to someone, but I don't know.
They spent like half the time doing Q&A, and there were just people asking questions that I thought were kind of answered in the presentation.
There was a few of those in the business track too. There were the questions were just
But I mean, like, I hope that maybe they'll spend like, if they just do like a quick like developer tips section, they can spend like 10 minutes talking about object-oriented programming, why that's better or why that's not better, because I'm starting to experiment with it now, and it seems like it actually makes scripting really easy, even though it's kind of an advanced topic.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. I don't have any plans on learning.
I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it to you.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
40 minutes, by the way. Just so you know.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah, we'll keep going.
But I mean, like, they could always go in depth a little more. Sure, there's always going to be some people that have no idea what's going on, and they are just there for the basics. But I mean, they could always have a basic track and then like a more advanced track that covers everything.
So you're saying just like two, just split it down the middle, basically 2 tracks?
Sure, because like even if they do like one section that's about like programming, developing, like this would be like part of the day, not the whole day, because obviously they spend like the later part of the day saying like these are updates that we're planning, these are things that changed with the engine or whatever. But I mean, like, I don't really know like building or anything.
So like for me personally, I'm not into, I don't program or anything, so like the business track was like super helpful for me, because that's what I do most of is community management and all that.
I mean, like, yeah, as I was saying, I don't know how to like build for the games. Like, I don't know how to do like the business stuff. Like, all I know is, okay, you post on Twitter, you post on Discord or whatever, you kind of spread the word, but like maybe there's something that I'm missing out on.
I mean, it's a little bit more in depth than that, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because I have no idea. I'm like, okay, if I want people to play my game, post on Twitter.
Oh, and I think that's where they do it right, is splitting up the tracks like that. where they do have the technicals, but like you said, like I think it was too spread out with the three. It was 3 different ones, right? Or was it 4?
It was either 3 or 4.
I think it was. I don't know.
But they could always do like, we're gonna have like 2 tracks, but have like advanced and basics.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
I mean, I'm with Sean. I actually learned a ton of stuff that really helped me with TwinRail, with all the business sessions.
What did you sit in most of? What's that? What did you sit in most of, the business stuff?
I did. There was one session about better ways to work in a team.
Oh.
And that really taught me a lot about like how to handle like toxic situations and kind of just getting everybody under control if something goes wrong. And that has helped me time and time again since then. But yeah, I chose not to go to most of the building sessions on purpose because it was something I already knew a lot about. I wanted to go to sessions of topics that I really did not know a lot about, and that overall, really overall helped us with marketing strategies. And Confident Coney was there; he went to a lot of them with me, so we got to talk a lot about what needs to be changed. That's good.
But I mean, like, adding on to what I was saying, like, I also think that they shouldn't have, like, I think there were, like, 3 different sessions. It was either all business, all technical, or all building. You could always go back and forth or whatever the third one was.
Right.
But they could easily do, like, an hour and a half of just, like, business and marketing. And then maybe as part of that track later on, like, developing with certain aspects of the game in mind, like maybe monetization as part of that, because like for the business track, that's kind of part of it, but that's also kind of part of the developer track, like the coding and making of the game. So I think they could like easily like combine certain tracks together or split them up a different way.
I could think of hundreds of other tracks that could be formed.
Yeah.
You know,
because like
there's so much that goes on.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do like the monetization stuff that well. But like the programming and like the technical ones, there were like 3 of them, and it seemed like the one was only really important. The other 2 were just kind of there, and I just went to them. Yeah. Like the one was just them talking about universe scripts for like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. What did you guys think about the game jam?
I didn't participate.
Yeah.
See, we did,
I was up until like 3 a.m. that morning, but I didn't participate.
Our game was just a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke. It was pretty much a take on Subway Surfers. So.
Yeah, but we barely got it working.
Open game right now because I'd love to play.
No, we closed. It was so bad, but
that's great.
The fact that some of those games were made in, I think it was like 16 hours overnight, it's kind of incredible. The other yeah.
Insane. I
mean, Blast was really
never actually took off though.
I mean, it requires you to be in a room.
Yeah.
In a room with other
I'm
people.
saying it wasn't that impressive of a game. The concept of how they were presenting it, where like Josh Defaultio, he is so energetic.
Yeah, that was a good
That's part of the reason why they almost won in 2017.
Absolutely.
I think they got third that year. Like they do it every single year. Same year. Yeah. Same team. Quenti, Defaultio. I think Bad CC joined them this year.
He wasn't there.
No, he wasn't there. Nobody from Jailbreak was there.
Nope.
I thought I saw him. Or maybe that was the year before.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, because I did see him in 2017.
No,
Asimo refuses.
Nope.
I just think he really wants to stay anonymous.
Like completely, like we know where he lives and everything.
Arizona, that's all I know.
I know his first name.
It's Asimo.
Yeah,
obviously.
He's a robot.
But yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. Some people do. I know you're relatively anonymous. I mean, other than RDC.
I kind of try to stay anonymous.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing. Like, I'm at the point where I don't
still like show up.
You know, yeah.
Whoever knows who you are.
I mean, you don't need to show up, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It was neat. I talked to. I had a nice conversation with Onnit Dev, the Beeswarm simulator guy.
Oh yeah,
he was pretty cool. His story was like really interesting. I don't want to talk about it too much, but like.
Yeah, if you want to hear his story, I bet he probably posted it somewhere. You can ask him yourself.
But yeah, it was like really interesting to make that connection and learn about someone's past a little bit and how they made it to where they are now.
Yeah, like I don't know where pretty much anyone came from. It's just okay. I know them now. I know what they do. Some of these people I still don't even know. I just recognize their name.
Yeah. Hiking was really fun.
You should have stayed. That was.
Yeah, I left on Sunday just because.
Oof. Rip Sean's phone.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
All right, so I left on Sunday just because I wanted to come back. I think I was doing something on Monday or Tuesday that I had to be back for. I mean, I probably should have stayed, but I also didn't want to spend the extra couple $100.
I mean, we shoved 8 people in a 4-person Airbnb. So.
That was not big.
If I go this year, we should do that again.
If I'm going,
Don't tell Airbnb.
It's gonna be a weekend, so
I would probably stay longer just because I didn't get to last year. I didn't get to sightsee. Just make a better game.
The rest of the summer.
I don't know. We'll see.
Or just make a better game.
Yeah. Working on it. March. Yeah, I think it was fun. So and that's the thing too. I know a lot of devs either went early and hung out beforehand, or stayed late and hung out after. And that's what Dan and I did.
Do you want to talk about a 5-mile hike out of your woods to get cell reception?
I wasn't with you because I left with McKill and
you guys.
Who else did I leave with? Because McKill drove us, I think, right?
He drove you.
He drove me and someone.
I was in this group with like Chris and like Dude One and a bunch of some other people and like we were really far down in the valley at Muirwoods. There's no cell reception at the bottom, so we had to walk as far up the road. It was probably like a good 3 or 4 miles up the side of the valley until we could get cell reception, and then we got an Uber.
I mean, but like the cool thing is like these are people that you rarely talk to, but you kind of admire them. You just get to spend like a weekend or a couple days extra before or after just doing whatever, hanging out, making friends.
Absolutely.
It was like that was the first time any of us had ever met, and we all hit it off.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point of RDC. It's not for you to go and learn explicitly or that you're supposed to meet Roblox and try to get in at the company. It's for you to meet everybody else that you've known and to actually get to know them as who they are, not just the face behind the game.
And I was like, it's like putting a face to the username was cool. Like I don't, Xylee, the Murder Mystery Cube Builder.
Yeah.
It's like I talk to him all the time, and I've never met, like I don't know, like never met him before, and then you meet him outright.
Yeah, like
same with like Bisa and everything.
Like someone that I was friends with, his name's Joydeka. It's spelled with a bunch of numbers. I've been friends with him since 2013 or 2014. It was back on Lua Learners when that was still around. Yeah, I just talked to him on that website. As soon as that website kind of faded out of existence, I think I was talking to him on Skype, now I'm on Discord. 2018 RDC was the first time I met him in person. It was a little awkward at first, but after like 10 minutes, it was just like, yeah, I've known you for 6 years or whatever.
Right.
And that's the thing, bringing like the online friends into real life.
Yeah.
Really
I mean,
thing.
online friends are real friends. That's kind of the point. Roblox is actually proving that.
Yeah, and then just and furthering that connection by going to RDC and meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Especially, I got to meet a bunch of my developers, so that was really cool.
Yeah, meeting up with your whole team and then talking, making plans.
But I am super excited for this year. I really hope I can go. Hopefully, nothing like internships gets in the way of it.
I wouldn't say internship would get in the way. I would do the internship over that 100%.
Obviously matters more.
100%.
I still really hope I can go.
Yeah, I hope I can go. For me, it's just like monetary because of like student loans.
At the very least, I would take a weekend just to go.
That's the thing is like at the very least, I want to take that Friday night to Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even if I can't go to RDC, I still want to like plan like some type of like Eastern U.S. meetup because there's a bunch of developers that we know from New York that they could easily come down here. There's others from Pennsylvania.
Maryland, there's Florida, there's a whole bunch, But like that's the thing is I've been reaching out and I've been reached out to by a bunch of different people that I've met already too. It's like, you want to hang? I mean, I can't right now. I'm in school.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple people that I met for like the first time, like California. That was the first time I met him, and now I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, right? He's in our Snapchat.
I barely even knew who Beastlick was before RDC. Now he's one of my favorite people on Twitter.
He's the RTC dad. And
No, he's the Roblox dad.
We're recording it on his birthday, so happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Should we sing for him?
No.
Just imagine
we gotta write it on the board.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Keep up the good work. Good jobby, Bobby.
Good job, Bobby. We got about 10 minutes till our hour mark. Do you want to keep going again? No?
I don't think we have much to
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything on there.
All right, so I think we covered everything that we wanted to talk about. Yeah, we did. It was just very short because it was only a couple hours today. It was already fixed.
Yeah. All right.
We'll start brainstorming stuff for next week.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. If anyone has anything like they'd like to hear about,
please share it with us.
Yeah, this is obviously the first episode, so like we just kind of like talked about a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah. I honestly like the way this went.
No, I enjoyed it. It was great. A lot better than the last one. A lot better than the one.
Actually, I had a mouth this time.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if anyone has suggestions, feel free to let us know.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, I think that'll do it then.
All right, well, Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah. It's a little late, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Join us for all the ones to follow.
Yeah, we'll be back. Thanks for listening.
All right.
Until next time.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Hold on, I got it.
Okay, do one more.
Dan, you can say it. I'll do the clap.
Okay. Good.
Roblox review.
Alright, peace.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.